All right, welcome back here. With the election just 1 week away, we decided we wanted to invite all the candidates in the local city council races, as well as for issue 2, to come on the program and talk about it. First one to take us up, first call and first one to take us up on it, D. Michael Collins, City Councilman, District 2, Toledo. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. And again, thank you for waking up so early.
Not a problem.
We love waking up with politics, cup of coffee and some politics. And next week's election, well, first let's stick with you in District 2 here. What are the main issues for you in your platform as you go for re-election?
Well, it's a continuation of what I've done. I asked myself in May of this year, under what I committed to myself in my constituents, am I going to run again after 4 years? And I said I would evaluate myself at that time, and if I felt that I had lived up to what I committed to do in my first 4 years, I would try another term. And I talked with my wife and we made a decision to run, and so I'm running. I'm an independent. I've always been an independent, so that's the reason why it says real independent. I've never belonged to a political party in my life.
And I remember over the summer, our station interviewed you about road conditions, and specifically your district was left out of whatever money there was divvied up for road repairs in the city of Toledo. As you move forward, how big an issue is infrastructure, the condition of the roads, not only for your district but for Toledo? What can we expect?
Well, we resolved that issue. Excuse me. We were, I think, mistreated. We ended up with about $386,000, and the average district's got $1.2 million. And I raised issue with the administration, and they went back to the drawing boards, and we ended up with about $1.25 million. We've got a serious problem, and hence I don't think that spending all of our money out of our CIP on issues like Promenade Park and that are appropriate. I believe that we must fix our surface streets. There's a difference between those that are state highways and that, because we can secure grants for those. The surface streets are residential streets, however. That comes out of our CIP, and I'm really not a fan of taking money out. It's sort of like eating your seed corn. What do you harvest next? And it's just, to me, we must get our streets in order, because that's what realistically the CIP budget's about to a large extent.
And I think the general public's understanding of politics is that there's only so much money to go around, and you have to divvy it up some way. I want to touch on, because Tuesday is such a big day for issue 2, labor costs are an issue for every municipality. Where do you stand on issue 2? What do you think the best outcome, what outcome would help you do your job as a city councilman the best? Well,
I'm opposed to issue 2, and I'm obviously opposed to Senate Bill 5. I testified in Columbus before the Senate and House. I have a history with that legislation that currently exists, and that's 4117 of the Ohio Public Employees Negotiating Bills or Employment Bills. The issue is not in the bill. It has never been about that, in my opinion. It's about the practitioners with the bill. The bargaining units are generally pretty well represented, and they're pretty sophisticated in the way they approach these issues. Unfortunately, until most recently, management has not been as up to speed as the bargaining units, and there's a reason for that. Bargaining units, you come back in with a bad contract, and you're subject to be removed immediately, because that's a true democracy, if you will. The management side, or the city administration sides, however, they blame it on, oh, we got to blame it on the arbitrator, we got to blame it on the process, and they never do the insightful blaming on themselves because they weren't prepared. And I've had this discussion because now I'm on the other side of the table. And I've said to the previous administration, and I've said it to this administration, when you go to those bargaining tables, you better be prepared. Don't bring us back something that we can't accept. An example was in 2008, when I went to then the Chief of Staff, Bob Reinbold, under Finkbinder. I said, you better put an end today to pension pickups for all employees, all new employees. It's over with. That they didn't earn it when they were here. They are not going to inherit it as a result of coming in here. And I'm very proud to say that pension pickups are over with for all new employees, and we will save approximately $13 million in human capital costs in the next 5 years.
Michael Collins, thank you so much for being on. Facing off next Tuesday against Jeremy Demergal. District 2, Toledo City Council will have more politics throughout the week leading up to the election. Again, Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Have a great day. We'll be right